Hi everyone, I'm Michael. In this video, I'm trying to teach you Docker containers. You can create Docker container in Windows operating system by using Docker desktop software. I maintain one blog that is michaelkuna.blogspot.com. If you open that one in that cloud computing lab, you can refer experiment number 7 and 8 for Docker containers. So when you open that experiment number 7, experiment number 7 is about Docker container in Windows with the Docker desktop. So here we have to run one Flask web application. We have one small web application which is developed by using Python and Flask, and we need to map the host directory as a data volume for the container. Those are the things we have to do in this experiment. So first we have to install the Docker, start a container, and set up a web server and map the host directory. So for that, what we have to do is first we have to check we have to install in fact WSL. WSL is nothing but Windows Subsystem for Linux. For that we have to execute this command in Windows PowerShell. So you go to search in Windows operating system and type PowerShell and click on run as administrator. Here you can type WSL install and it will be installed. So once it is installed, then we have to this is the image or a screenshot when I have installed WSL. Okay, this is the text displayed. So it will install Windows Subsystem for Linux. Means what, in Windows operating system, if you want to run Linux, we have to use WSL. That is what that one. And of course, in step 1, we just check the Windows version. Windows version 10 or 11 is suitable or recommended for Docker Desktop and WSL2. For that, you have to go to run command Windows R and type WinVer. If you type WinVer, it will show the version of Windows operating system in your laptop or in your computer. Okay, click on OK. So if you want, you can check the status of WSL also by using WSL -status. Okay. So after that, we have to install Docker Desktop. For that, we have to open one website, docker.com. If you open docker.com, there will be options to download Docker Desktop. Here there is an option, download Docker Desktop, and you just click on download for Windows AMD 64. You select and it will be downloaded and you just install it. Okay, if WSL is installed properly, then Docker Desktop will be installed without any problem. It will run. I have installed Docker Desktop in my system. Okay, here it is, Docker Desktop. If you double click on that, it will open, and of course here we need to log into Docker Desktop. Okay, so when you open, initially it will show like this. Actually I signed in, that's why it is showing like that. Okay, so let me sign out. Okay, initially it will show like this. If you click on sign in, okay, so you can sign in through Google or GitHub. Okay, I'm using Google. I'm using my personal Gmail account. Sometimes if it is from any organization or college, then it may think it is business. So that's why let us use our personal Gmail account. Now Docker Desktop is opened successfully. This is Docker Desktop, and your running containers will show up here. Right now, no running containers. So for that, Okay, we have first initial step is we have to check whether Docker desktop is working properly or not. For that, what we have to do, you know, so just go to command prompt and type docker run all the Docker commands starts with the Docker and afterwards some other command. Now docker run, we are trying to run one Docker container, already available Docker container, that is hello -world. This is used to check whether Docker desktop is installed properly or not. I'm pressing enter. Now it is showing like this, hello from Docker. This message shows that your installation appears to be working correctly. So in order to check this, we will use this one. So you can go to Docker desktop and you can see here hello world. Okay, right. So earlier no the container, now we got that. Okay, now let us move back into our into my document. Okay, so we installed Docker desktop. Okay, and these are the screenshots which I have taken while installing Docker desktop. So it will show like this, and it may ask you to restart. Okay, and after restarting this screen will come. Okay, click on accept, then Docker desktop will be opened. You have to log in. Okay, I logged in, that's why M is coming. M is nothing but my name is Michael. Michael starts with M, right? So now, so we in order to verify Docker, you can go to Docker --- command, go to command prompt and type this command. So it will show that version. So Docker is installed. Okay, so once it is installed, then we can execute our commands. Okay, fine. So this is the command for running hello world. Okay, so I executed it, and this is the output for that. And when I check the Docker desktop, it is showing over here. 2 times I have executed hello world, that's why 2 times it is showing here. Now let us move on to our main experiment. There is nothing but creating one Python web application by using Flask web framework and running that one in a Docker container. Okay, so for that let us create a project folder. So you can create a project folder wherever you want. Okay, so let us create in C drive. Okay, you can create the folder here by using graphical user interface, mouse clicks. Otherwise you can use command prompt. If you give CLS, it will clear the screen for the command prompt, and you just give C:. Okay, right now we are in C:. Let us go for go back cd dot dot cd dot dot. It will go to the parent directory. Right now in it is in C drive. Now as per when you refer my document, it will show we are supposed to create one folder. So let us create a folder by using mkdir make directory, and we are giving the name like this, Docker. I'm giving simply my name, Mike web. Okay, and let us move into that directory, change directory. It is Docker Mike web. And within that we need to deal with volume data, so we take one folder for that. So let us create make directory mkdir one folder with name, or one directory with name data. So now we got one folder with name Docker Mike web, within that another folder data. Okay, that is what step 5. Now step 6. So within that folder Docker Mike web or Docker web, we have to create one file with name app.py. Okay, so in Flask we will write app.py, and within that we will import Flask, and we will import OS, and we will define one function which will be executed whenever a request comes to the domain, for suppose localhost /5000, for suppose here we are using port number 5000, and we are using the same system as server and client, that's why localhost we are using. So whenever a request comes to this particular domain, this particular function will be executed. Okay, so one small basic. So we have to copy this code. Okay, copy this code and open any text editor. um, the basic one is notepad. I'm pasting here and save that with the name app.py. Okay, and you have to save that one in C drive docker micweb, which we have created just now. Okay, so go and check in your computer C drive docker micweb. Okay, when you open docker micweb, app.py is there, but .txt is added. So let us remove that .txt. Sometimes in your laptop or in your desktop, .txt, that extension may not be appeared. So you just click on options and view and just deselect hide extensions for known file types. Okay, so if you deselect that one, it will show the extensions. When it is showing the extension, you just go to rename and you just remove it. Okay, click on S. So app.py. So now moving back into our document, app.py is done. Now requirements.txt. Here in requirements.txt, we have to keep all the dependencies for our project. So right now my project is very small project, web application by using Python and Flask. So I just added only Flask. Okay, for that what we have to do, again notepad and type Flask and save it in docker micweb with name requirements.txt. Okay, and check it in the folder requirements.txt app.py. Okay, now next step, docker file is written in Go language, and here some statements like about the runtime, about the working directory, about the dependencies which are present in requirements.txt, and then installing all the dependencies and copying. So these are all the things which we have to do manually. Instead of doing manually all those things, okay, we can write one program in Go language, and when you execute that one, so all the necessary things will be done automatically. Okay, so this is docker file. Okay, so just copy this docker file content and again open notepad and paste over there and save with the name docker file. Okay, no extension, save. Again the same problem will come, it will save with the .txt. So just remove that. You can use shortcut key F2, otherwise right click, rename. Okay, so docker file. So now what we have to do, so from the docker file we have to create the image. We have to run the image and get the container. That is what the task we have to do. Okay, so docker related information I have given in my blog. Okay, you can refer containerization in unit 3. Okay, if you click on this, it will open about containerization and it will show details about Docker. Okay, here this is Docker file. I got this image from Geeks for Geeks. Now we get Docker file. From Docker file we get Docker image. When you run the Docker image, Docker container will be obtained. Okay, so that is what the thing we have to do. So right now we got Docker file. Now we have to get Docker image and run the image in order to get Docker container. Okay, so moving back to our experiment, now in order to build the Docker image, we have to run the command docker. Of course, for all the Docker commands we have to write docker. Now build -t, the name and the location. Dot means the present working directory. So I'm just copying this for ease of access and I'm pasting. in the command prompt and pressing enter. Okay, so now finished, building is finished. Okay, so now we got the image from Docker file. What we have to do now, we have to run this image. We have to run the image. Now to run the image, there is one command. So again, docker run -d and -p, the port numbers, and the location and the container name. Okay, so let us change the name of the container. Okay, I think I don't have privileges to change this. Okay, let me use like that only, my container. Okay, so name of the container and name of the image we have to give while running the docker okay container. So docker run port numbers and the path and the name of the container, and finally the image name. The image name which we have given earlier in the previous command is my flask app. So from that my container will be created. Okay, so I'm copying this and I'm pasting in command prompt. It is given in new multiple lines. Let it be like that, so paste anyway. Okay, now go to docker and docker desktop and check it. Here it is, flask, my flask app. It is running right now. Okay, so you can check that one in command prompt, docker ps. If you give docker ps, okay, it will show all the dockers which are currently running. So my container is currently running. Okay, hello world, it is not running, so let us start it. Okay, it is not a full-fledged one, so that's why we cannot able to check that one properly. If you want, you can run another container from another image, and you can check that one. And if you click on this, okay, automatically a request will be sent to that particular container, and it will show. Okay, it will show the output. Of course, one more step is there. There is nothing but, okay, we can add one file, one test file to the folder which is considered as data volume for the container. Okay, so I already did this, that's why it is showing directly this one, but it is supposed to show in this fashion without any text test.txt. Okay, fine. So we got the output. Now we are able to run a Docker container. Now if you want to send the files between containers, what we have to do? Okay, now we have to create one more container. So there is Docker Hub. In Docker Hub there will be some images available, so we can use those images and we can create a container. So there is one image with name Nginx. Okay, so we can get that image and we can run that container as Docker container at this port, and I'm giving the name for that container as web server. Okay, so if you want, you can give your name. For suppose I'm giving my name Mike web server. Okay, so what is the command? The command to be given is docker run. We are running. Okay, so -d -p port numbers 8080:80. Okay, and name Mike web server. Let me try like this. And then name of the image is Nginx. And okay, one big ID is given for that. You can check it by using docker ps. So two containers are running. One is Mike web server, another one is my container. You can check that one in desktop, Docker desktop also too. Okay, if you click on this, okay, it will open localhost 8080, and automatically Nginx server is running. Okay, that is advantage of the container. So within the Nginx image, everything needed for Nginx web server are available. If you just get that image and run that image as a container, that's it. Entire environment is available to you. Now whatever you want to deploy into that, you deploy as a website and run it, and you can get the things. Okay, right. So now we have two containers. One is my web server, another one is my container. Two containers are there. Now we need to transfer files from one container to another container. So here what we can do, from my container to host system we can transfer the file. From host system to another container we can transfer the file. Okay. So right. So if you want to execute a shell within the container, so this is the command for that. So docker exec is from Linux. Okay, the same command. So the option -it and name of the container. So just now we have created one container, my web server. You can give the ID of the container also, and execute bash shell because it is Linux. In Linux we see this one shell. Okay, right now it is running. The shell is running. You can type ls. You can see all the folders within it. There will be home folder also, cd home. Okay, now we are in home. The present working directory is home. If you give ls, there is nothing within that container. This is Mike web server container. Okay, so if you want, you can create one file here in Mike web server. Okay, let us give the name as hello.txt. I'm using vi command. Okay, I think vi is not working. Otherwise you can try with cat, and otherwise you can create okay. Now there are two containers, so my web server and my container. So let us run the shell of one container, my web server. Okay, if you give ls, it will show all those folders. Okay, you can move on to one folder, for suppose home, and here you can create one file by using cat command, cat greater than hello2.txt, and write the text hello, I am Michael. Okay, let us end this. Okay, I think we came out of the container also. So let us run that shell of Mike web server, and again give ls cd home and give ls. There are two files, hello.txt, hello2.txt. Okay, and you can exit from that bash by giving the command exit. Now you are in the normal command prompt. Okay, you can write cls here. Right, now I want to copy one file from in fact I want to send one file from one container to another container. So we will send the file from container 1 to host machine in which containers are running, and from host to another container. Okay, so for that we have to use docker cp. Okay, docker copy. The cp is from Linux, so here we are using docker cp, and we have to give the container name and path. Okay, let us check the containers available. Okay, so now docker cp, name of the container is Mike web server. Just now I created one file within it, so :/home/hello2.txt is the file. Okay, we are moving from this container, this is the path for the file, okay, into, okay, let us give dot means the present directory in Windows operating system, host machine. Okay, successfully copied. If you give dir, it will show hello2.txt along with app.py and docker file and requirements.txt. Okay, this is the one which is copied just now. Now what we have to do, again we have to move from here, okay, from here, okay, what we have to move from the current directory, okay, you have to move hello2.txt into which container, my container, okay. In that we created one folder app, okay. So in Docker desktop also we can check that one, okay. So this is my container, and if you click on those three dots, it will show an option to view files, okay. And here there is one folder with app. When you expand that, app.py. When you expand that, data. When you expand data, test.txt. Okay, so app is one folder. So I'm writing /app. Slash is root folder. Within that one folder name app. Within app, I'm trying to place that one as hello2.txt. Enter. Successfully copied. Now let us verify this. Here it is, hello.txt in my container. Okay, you can check that one in through command prompt also. What we have to do, we have to run the bash of my container. Okay, so docker exec -it, name of the container is my container. This is another container. We are running the bash of that shell of that container. Okay, right now we are in that shell ls. Okay, if you see pwd, present working directory, app, in app, what and all things are there, what and all files and folders are there. These are the files and folders. What is there? hello.txt. When you want to see the content of hello2.txt, you have to use cat hello2.txt and press enter. Hello, I am Michael. Okay, so present working directory is app. If you want to go back, you can use cd ... and give ls and all the folders in my container. Okay, so likewise we created containers, docker containers. We created one file in one docker container, and we moved that file from one docker container to another container. Okay, with this we completed our experiment. Thank you very much.